Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a businessman kidnapped and killed in the Philippines, new flights from Cebu to a popular Asian city, find out which one, an Israeli man poses as tour guide for kids in Thailand arrested, stolen Korean tourist bag in Cebu has been found, Trump pauses tariffs for 90 days, Russian roulette gone horribly wrong, and a couple of wild stories from Thailand. Let's jump straight into our main story. The president of the Philippines has ordered a thorough investigation into the kidnapping and murder of a Filipino-Chinese businessman, Anson Cue, also known as Anton Tan, whose body was found alongside his driver in Rodriguez, Rizal. The Philippine National Police discovered signs of bruises and strangulation on the victims. The palace, through press officer Claire Castro, assured the public that government will not rest until justice is served, especially amid rising concerns from Filipino-Chinese community over similar crimes. A special investigation task group has been formed, and authorities are exploring possible links to Pogos. An abandoned black Lexus belonging to Cue was found in Quezon City, and CCTV footage is being reviewed to track suspects. Cue and his driver were last seen on March 29th after leaving the office in Venezuela. The PNP is also investigating unusual travel routes taken by the victims. Following dissatisfaction with the handling of kidnapping cases, Anti-Kidnapping Group Director General Elmer Ragay has been relieved and replaced by Colonel David Poclay. Another sad story regarding a kidnapping, and this man lost his life as well as the driver. The families asked for discreet investigation into this case, but I know that based on other reports, initially they asked for a ransom of 60 million pesos. That's about $1 million that was paid, and then an additional 100 million and that was also paid, but unfortunately they could not save the driver or this man. So one thing to know, although I guess it's kind of important to be understanding of that oftentimes I should say, crimes like this in the Philippines are within the community themselves. So Chinese on Chinese or some kind of gambling. There's a whole backstory to a lot of these things. Of course, occasionally one or two or a group of Filipinos are also involved. Next up, an update on the investigation that was reported. Korean tourists in a popular temple in Barangay Busay on April 6th. CCTV footage shows a man discreetly taking a woman's bag which contained 350,000 pesos, $90, bank cards, and passports while she posed for photos. The man handed the bag to a female companion before they both fled. The van driver said that he believes the theft was planned, involving a group of at least 8 people. Authorities are reviewing CCTV footage to trace the suspects. Police urge tourists to stay vigilant and secure their belongings, especially in a crowd. And this is the update. Police say that the bag has been found inside of a fast food restaurant bathroom. The cash, however, was nowhere to be found. The bag has been returned to the owner, who has already left with her acquaintance back to their home country. Whoa! The first thing that goes through my mind, buddy, what are you doing carrying over $6,000 in your pocket or in your bag? Bro, come on, man. 350,000 pesos. I don't want to justify the person stealing it, but that's a lot of money to be walking around and willy-nilly taking photos and leaving your bag against some pole, man. Buddy, if I have $100 on me, I'm very sure where that is. It's 2025. You don't need to be carrying around that kind of money. Yeah, I understand ATM fees are high, but guess what? I'd rather pay 250 pesos and withdraw 20K than be walking around with like 350,000 and risk losing it, man. Come on. What are you doing? But I don't know what the situation was. Maybe they purchased something large. But if you are, you gotta put that somewhere much more safer. If I had like $1,000 on me, bro, that bag is going over me like a woman's purse. It's not coming off my body, man. That's a lot of money to be just lingering around, putting on the floor. I don't know. If you're coming here, here's a tip. Make sure you don't carry large sums of money. You don't need to bring it. Bring an ATM card, bring a debit card, bring a credit card. Withdraw money as needed. So what, you pay $5, $6, but you have this peace of mind knowing you're not just walking around with such large, because this can also lead to crime like different than just losing your money, right? Like some people may not care too much about your life and you might get stuck up. So keep that in mind and maybe consider not walking out with a large sum of money. Next up, Cebu International Airport just made history on April 7th, 2025. The first ever direct international flight between Cebu and Ho Chi Minh, also known as Saigon, officially took off, opening a brand new gateway between Central Visayas and Vietnam. This milestone flight is more than just a route. It's a powerful step towards stronger economic, cultural, and tourism ties between the Philippines and Vietnam. Travelers, entrepreneurs, and cultural explorers now have easier access than ever before, and most importantly, you get to skip Naaya. So Banda Airport, you go directly to Vietnam from Cebu. Fire broke out aboard a passenger ship carrying 67 individuals at the port of Abra de Ilong Occidental Mindoro. I'm sure I butchered that name, in Mindanao. Whoa, all those passengers are safe. And another travel related stuff, I thought that's what I was going to read, but Philippines airline fire, or at least smoke, broke out, and they had to make an emergency landing in Japan. But all the passengers on that flight are also safe. So luckily, nobody got hurt in the boat, nobody got hurt on the plane, and somebody gonna get hurt real bad soon. If you guys know Russell.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Anyways, I want to skip that one. Next up, a few stories from Thailand, pretty wild ones. A former Israeli commando has been arrested in Koh Phangan for illegally working as a tour guide, allegedly taking a job from locals and operating without a license. Identified as David, they all seem to be named David. Anyway, the 45-year-old was found guiding a group of children through tourist sites. He had been offering tours through a WhatsApp group and under the name Nature Trips with Uncle. Whoa, sounds freaky to me, and creepy actually. But yeah, charging up to 8,000 baht, that's almost $250 a week. Law enforcement responded to complaints from the local tourism industry, leading to charges for unauthorized employment. This case highlights ongoing concerns about foreigners engaging in work prohibited by law, particularly in tourist hotspots. And somebody in the comments says those jobs were promised 300 years ago. Come on, man. Yes, it's pretty fucked up. But hey, man, it's a funny ass joke. So, lots of Israelis taking jobs from locals, lots of foreigners, like we talk about on the show, from every country, British, Russian, Australians, Israelis, Indians, all types of nationalities want to stay in Thailand. It's one of the most desired places in Southeast, actually probably the most desired place to stay long-term in Southeast Asia, but they don't make it easy for you. Unlike the Philippines, you got to bounce after 60 days, even then, or at least extend it once, maximum 3 months, unlike the Philippines, up to 3 years here. So, yeah, just follow the law and try to do everything you can within that. Next up, a drunken foreign man caused alarm near Phuket after he was filmed chasing a Thai resident and acting erratically in a local neighborhood. The incident, which occurred on April 4th, was captured on CCTV and later shared widely online, sparking anger over public safety and law enforcement's apparent inaction. The foreigner was reportedly intoxicated and seen shouting, stumbling, and making offensive gestures. The Thai man who filmed the incident managed to escape unharmed. Many locals blame the government's free visa policy for the increase of foreign-related disturbances, arguing that light penalties are not a deterrent. Nothing new if you follow Thai news. This happens on a daily basis, but pretty interesting for someone that's been caught on camera. Next up, a British man is fighting for his life after a disturbing incident in Pattaya, Thailand, where he reportedly himself in the head during a game of Russian roulette. The man, identified as Michael, was under the influence of grass and nitrous oxide when he suggested the dangerous game. His roommate of Lithuanian nationality claims he refused to participate and later heard emergency responders found Michael with a severe to his forehead and performed CPR before transporting him to a hospital. Police are now investigating the source of all the stuff that he used to do this to himself. Unfortunate, such a beautiful country. Many people fail to see it for what it is and they go and do stuff like this. Buddy, you're gonna take stuff like that, do it in your home country. Why come across the world to do the same shit you can be doing back home and endangering yourself and other people as well and disrespecting locals? Anyway, speaking of disrespecting locals, here's one last story from Thailand, which I think, in my opinion, is the craziest one. Of course, where else, right? Pattaya, tourist police were notified that a male and a female tourist couple had set up a camera to take photos while engaging in intimate activity on the sidewalk. Okay, cool, bro. The police followed up and brought them to questioning. They discovered that both were Chinese nationals, with the man being 67 years old and the woman being 35 years old. The couple claimed they were photographers who enjoyed taking pictures without any clothes on at various locations around the world and did not know that this was against the law. Okay, they apologized. Come on, man. You're getting butt naked on the road and taking photos of yourself in your birthday suit. Come on, people. What is happening here? Like, are people, am I stupid? Like, am I simple? Is this like, should I be doing shit like this? I feel like I'm missing out. Like, it's just insane to me how somebody at 67 years old say, hey, yeah, you want to go take some. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one day I just lose my mind reading this kind of story. Like, I want to know the thought process. Like, what, this guy's thinking, listen, man, I've done everything in life, but I don't think I've taken butt nude pictures on the street in Thailand. And I don't think it's against the law, so let's just go and do this. You want to do this with me? Oh, one last thing about Mr. Chambers, that American professor that is being charged for limited state laws in Thailand. The latest from 4 hours ago, he's been given bail, but has had his visa revoked. So his brother's there now saying that the paper was not actually him that actually published it. All the stuff, and I'll bring you guys the latest on that one. Yeah, so I guess he has been set free on bail, but his visa looks like might be revoked. But the final decision has not been made yet, and that's that. So at least for the time being, he seems to be out on bail. And now it's time for our segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Alcab4855 says China has been using other countries to circumvent tariffs by the US. For example, China makes bicycle in China, then ship it in pieces to Taiwan and assembles it there and put made in Taiwan. Good points. And Valerie says the year is 20. I like this one. So Valerian Ruth says the year is 2525, and Alex, who is now immortal, sits down to record the 200,000th episode of Asia Now. He's absolutely exhausted, but now he has more subscribers than Mr. Beast. And I think this was when I asked yesterday, would you want to live forever? If I was living forever, I don't think I'd be doing Asia Now, but that's pretty funny. It had me chuckling a little bit, so thank you for that. Team Pro 24 said NYT, the U.S. State Department said it was alarmed at the arrest of Paul Chambers as a treaty ally of Thailand. We will closely monitor this issue and advocate for the fair treatment of Paul Chambers. I suppose the tariffs could be an issue in terms of bail denial, but I think the Army wanted him charged irrespective of tariffs, and the tariffs were put on hold. Yeah, the tariffs are put on hold, which I completely forgot to talk about, but guess what? Now he's out on bail. Another coincidence. And some of you guys had one or a couple of you guys had a real serious attitude about that, buddy. You want to disagree with me? Feel free to do so. If you're gonna act like a dick, I'm gonna kick you off the channel. Get out of here with that nonsense. The whole tariff situation is crazy. If you're watching the markets, if you're watching your savings and investments, you go crazy for sure. But now Donald Trump has paused the tariffs for 90 days, except for China, which is just going back and forth, punch for punch, over 125%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The last I saw, China. Or at least, sorry, the U.S. imposed on China after China imposed 104%. All the stuff, you know, some people might say this man is a genius and planned all the stuff way ahead of time. He knew exactly what's going to happen. Some people might say, yeah, you know what, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But the thing is, what if this is all like a way for his buddies, himself, anybody in that crowd, all the trading stuff? I feel like there's got to be a lot of insider trading going on, right? With this volatility, you know? Say one thing, the shit crashes, buy a whole bunch of stuff. Say another thing, the thing goes up, you sell all your stuff. It's got to happen. I just don't know about it. You don't know about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of rich people are making a lot of money by just going up and down this whole roller coaster ride, and at the end, this guy says, let me pause this for 90 days, the market climbs back up, then China says something, he's like, you know what, forget you, this shit falls back down again. All I know, I'm not rich enough to care about any of this stuff. I don't have enough money to be investing and having it impact me. So whatever happens, I'm not buying no iPhone anytime soon. So, but the people that are affected, the people that have like 401ks or they heavily rely on those bonds, stocks, all that. I just realized I'm very close to the camera. Let me back up a little bit. So yeah, that is that. What do you guys think of the pause on the tariffs now for 90 days? And share your thoughts regarding any other thing I covered today. You're always welcome. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Come on, man. On the sidewalk, like I don't understand the yeah, I'm 35 years old. I got nothing to live for. Why not? Let's do it.